Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about a couple of oil and gas companies that I currently like that I think are cheap right now, in my opinion, better than mine. And as you can see right there, it says this is not financial advice. So let's go right into it. Now, why on earth should you care about oil and gas? First, we're going to talk about oil. It's obviously used for fuel, gasoline. It's used in construction, in paint, in roofing, asphalt, in hats. Apparently, it's somewhat part of that, making safety goggles. It's also apparently used in manufactured fibers, such as nylon, polyester. Is it what? Even some beauty products are derived from petroleum, such as nail polish, perfume, some makeup, hair coloring, even some soaps, toothbrushes, shampoo, medical equipment, such as heart valves, artificial limbs, cleaning and safety products, aspirins. But oil is going to have a tremendous use regardless of like gasoline cars, even though, it's even used for agriculture industry, such as with fertilizers, herbicides, insecticides, to remove unwanted insects. Many toy cars are made from oil-based plastics, Legos, dolls, frisbees, and even electronics. Most TVs and computer cell phones contains plastics, and plastics are derived from like oil. So that's just a little mentioning of what oil is used for, and obviously natural gas is used for as an energy source for data centers and so forth. According to MordorIntelligence.com, which is a very interesting name, apparently between 2025 and 2030 there's going to be a 5.5% growth annually in like the African and at least in the African oil market, and in the Asian Pacific gas and oil market, it seems that in 2025 it was $1.9 trillion, and by 2034 it would be $2.8 trillion. Statement from like Bloomberg AI. The US is looking to use large industrial diesel generators to help curb rising electricity costs due to artificial intelligence power demand. So this could be a very interesting sector for those with a long time preference, better than mine. And who knows, maybe things change, maybe, I don't know. But at this current moment, it seems like oil and gas still has its place in the future. For the time being, at least in a couple of decades. So let's go over to the first company on the list, which will be oil company number 1. I recently found out about this company, BW Energy. This company has about 640 million barrels of oil in reserve, according to the website. And the fact that they are currently producing about 28,000 barrels per day to 30,000 barrels per day. And they are wanting to produce 90,000 barrels per day by 2028, 2029. Currently have, and by the way, they have 4 projects, 1 in Gabon, 2 in Brazil, and 1 in Namibia, which means projects in 2 African countries and 1 South American country. 2 of the Brazil projects are going online as of the end of 2027. Gabon project is targeting first oil the second half of 2026. So obviously that oil resource is spread out among those 4 projects. Bear in mind, right now have $259 million in cash and combined $529 million in cash and undrawn facilities, or like capital available for them. So it's very interesting though. In a couple of years, with most of their projects, or a couple of their projects going online within the next 2 years, maybe this company could at least double their production, which would be very interesting. And the next company on the list is Vår Energi, RSR, which is a Norwegian company operating in Norway at the North Sea. This company has a combined 3 billion barrels of oil in resource, where 60% of it is not yet developed, bear in mind. So they currently have 1.2 billion barrels of oil in reserve, or 2P reserves. 2025, the operating cost per barrel was $11.60 per barrel. As the Johan Castberg, they are producing they have 1 billion barrels of oil at the project and producing roughly 220,000 barrels per day at that project. And the fact that the other project called Jotun FPSO produces about 80,000 barrels per day, and it has 200 million barrels in reserve, and it has about a production cost of $5 per barrel. Apparently they are increasing the production, where apparently the production as of Q4 2025, according to the estimate, would be about 430,000 barrels per day. Like, they have projects in the southern part of Norway, in the middle part, and in the northern part. And they are the 3rd largest oil and gas producer in Norway, and they are about like 70% oil, about 30% gas. The fact that obviously they are also paying a massive dividends, about 14 to 15%, So it's obviously very attractive as of now because it's barely moved compared to others, because Equinor is more like a gas play, reduced net debt, and they have about $3.6 billion of available liquidity, and they are projecting that in Q4 throughout the projects would have an average cost per barrel of $10, and they are increasing their stakes in other projects like Ekofisk. And in 2026 they are projecting to pay about $1.2 billion in dividends. SM Energy announces a planned merger with Civitas. Now, why is that important? Q3 had a 214,000 barrels per day production, but with this merger they would produce 550,000 barrels per day. And according to both the companies, they would have a combined estimate proven reserve of 1.47 billion barrels of oil. Insane. And the fact that obviously both of them are producing, and the fact that this merger would apparently be finished as of first half of 2026. And this company would, with this merger, have projects in south of Texas, in the Permian Basin, North Mexico. This resource is apparently both in Texas and New Mexico. They have one in Colorado and one in Utah. The one in Colorado is called DJ Basin. Very interesting name, and apparently they would have an enterprise value of $12 billion. This would be like a stock for stock, where for each CV share there would be 1.5 or 1.45 SM shares. And this company seems very interesting though. And the first natural gas company is EQT, which is one of the largest natural gas producers in USA, which has apparently a total operating cost of $1 per MCFE. They apparently, as of Q3 2025, had an adjusted EBITDA of $1.2 billion, and the capital expenditures were $618 million. And apparently their free cash flow was $484 million. And the total sales volume as of Q3 2025 was 634 BCFE, being the second largest natural gas producer as of 2024. This company, and it is operating somewhat in Virginia. And why would that matter? The fact that Virginia is one of the largest data centers places in the USA. Obviously Texas and Nevada is also major ones, where according to them, they are the only large-scale vertical integrated natural gas producer in the Appalachia area, which could support like Virginia and so forth. Final company on this list is Energy Transfer Ltd. Now, why is this interesting? Why should you care? This company is one of the largest midstream energy companies in North America, where they are transporting natural gas liquids and refined products and so forth. Transports about 30% of all US natural gas, and 90% of their cash flow is from fees. So this company is more stable, but apparently 90% of their adjusted EBITDA is from fees. 20% of the earnings are from oil, and midstream natural gas is 19%, NGL and refined products are about 27%, and then the remaining is others. And they have footprints in 44 states with 140,000 miles of pipeline. And they have import and export terminals in the east and the Gulf Coast of America. And they are apparently serving 185 natural gas power plants in 15 states. They are the largest pipeline operator in Texas and Oklahoma, supplying over 60% of the natural gas in Florida. And they are the largest LGL exporter in the world. So this company seems obviously very interesting. And Energy Transfer to supply gas for Oracle AI, according to Argus Media, where it's said that where Energy Transfer is said to plan to use its vast energy pipeline to support Houston-based power company VoltaGrid to then power the infrastructure to run the Oracle data centers. So this has been my list of companies that I currently find interesting as of January 2026. So bear that in mind, none of this is financial advice. Anyway, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and peace!